Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle, and today we've got my nemesis, the Saturday Stumper, a brutally difficult crossword puzzle, or at least it's brutally difficult in my experience. Edited by Stanley Newman. Today's puzzle in particular I think might also be created by Stanley Newman. It's credited to SN, which might be him. So there are a variety of constructors. Stanley Newman is always the editor, and the editing style is meant to make the clues as ambiguous as possible. So there are multiple readings for them. They rely on some obscure vocabulary sometimes and some iffy syntax of the clues. So usually no theme. We'll see how it goes today. I typically require some hints in order to complete it. Last week was just probably the worst one I've ever, or the worst experience I've ever had in terms of my own personal solving. I had to use hints at the beginning of the puzzle in order to get anything in the grid. So maybe this week will be easier. I have managed to solve it once with no hints, and we'll see what happens today. One across is guru. Don't know. One down is Bali for yogis. Don't know that. 15 across is run out. 17 across, most orchids sold now. No, 19 across is certain chart toppers. And 23 across is, excuse me, messed up. So it's certain chart toppers. I would think that would be hits, but for a Saturday Stumper, it's probably going to be something else. Bali for yogis. Bali is a place in Indonesia, I think. Does that have something to do with the development of yoga? I don't know. Two down, doorknobs, spindles, essentially. Not sure. Three down, spy, so to speak. Nope. Four down is strands for showing off. Strands of hair that have a showy quality. Nope. Five down, born hither, blank all eludes me. A quote from Whitman. Born hither, blank all, I don't know that line. Six down, leftovers. Nope. 20 across is letters on some sweaters. Don't know. So nothing in this corner. I was hoping we get at least something. Doorknob, spindles. No, okay, maybe this corner, although we got longer answers here for the acrosses. 7 across, not outrageous. No, 7 down, this spans the entire grid. We've got two grid spanning answers. Top global gross film of 1996. So this might be just a straightforward answer. I'll need some crossing letters to figure out what it is. 8 down, get organized. 9 down, what DC is. There's no periods after D and C, so it might not be the District of Columbia. It could be direct current electricity. It could be DC Comics. Don't know what the answer is. 10 down, Image Award recipient for House. I'm guessing that's House, the TV show. Image Award. Could that be about, I'm guessing this might be Omar Epps. Maybe it's about representation, minority representation on TV shows. I think that might be. I have a vague notion Image Award is something associated with BET, the Black Entertainment Television. Omar Epps was an African-American actor on House. 11 down, alphabetic homophone. A word that sounds like a string of letters, maybe? No. 12 down, start chatting sometimes. No, 13 down is B2B, e.g. B2B, business to business. No, 14 down, updated square. A square person, like a nerdish person who's been updated. Not outrageous. 16 across is mouse pad material. What are mouse pads made out of? Neoprene, right? Are most mouse pads made out of that? I think that works and it fits. 18 across, tennis racket, snap-on accessory. What do you snap on a tennis racket? I have no idea. Letters on some sweaters. Sweaters might, thinking about alternate readings here, sweaters could be people who sweat. So is it something like SPF or letters that might appear in a sunscreen? 22 across. What VP Cheney once ran? What was his company? Halliburton, wasn't it? Kellogg, Brown, and Root. I associate that company with him. Maybe it's KBR. Let me see if that fits with other things. Updated square for 14 down. And 13 down, B to B. 12 down, start chatting sometimes. Not sure. 26 across, Jack's edible partner. It's not Jack and Jill. It's not Jack, Sprat, and no fat. Jack is a kind of cheese. We're looking for a 3-letter cheese. Or Jack and Coke. No. 25 across, unfolded. I want to get more in this corner. Let's try DC Comic. Maybe, for what DC is. Letters on some sweaters. Or is this maybe Greek letters from like a fraternity sweater or sorority sweater? Get organized. And the top global gross film of 1996. Can we get 25 across? Unfolded. With a C ending? It unfolded, it occurred, or open, maybe. Okay, let's move on. 27 across, caribou, comestible. What do caribous eat? They eat grasses and plants, Arctic tundra type plants. Don't know, 34 across, wine lover of myth. I'm thinking Bacchus. What's a 4-letter Bacchus type word? I don't know. 31 across, arson investigator. Nope. And 36 across, timely tablet reading. Another grid spanning answer. Timely tablet reading. Nope. 39 across, stands for something. No. 42 across, immobilized in a way. Froze. You froze something, you immobilized it. 31 down, at variance with. This is at variance with. This is different from. This is off. Nope, 32 down is cheese lover and mixed up tulip hero. Is this an anagram of tulip hero? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tulip hero is 9 letters. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you know I do a cryptic crossword every Tuesday. So I do more during the week. So I kind of am more attuned to anagram type clues that you might see in a cryptic crossword. Mixed up would be an anagram indicator. So if we anagram tulip hero, do we get some kind of mouse or other something that might be a cheese lover? Not sure. 33 down, betrayed. Oh, 37 down. It's like this. 24 down is conveniently connected. All right, now I'm not crazy about froze. 45 across, 3M helmets et al. 3M is a company that makes Post-its, among other things. Does that have anything to do with helmets? What about in the center section? 27 across, that's our caribou comestible. 24 down is conveniently connected. 28 down, Hoopsters, whose first logo in the 70s had a caped swashbuckler. Again, we're looking for an NBA team, maybe, with a caped swashbuckler. Maybe the Cavaliers. Hoopsters gives us license to kind of have an abbreviated name. Maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers might have had a swashbuckler. A Cavalier is kind of a swashbuckler type of figure. Caribou Comestible. 34 cross Wine Lover of Myth. Thinking of the Odyssey, if there were any myths about people who got drunk. 21 down, worthy of a Z list. No. Timely tablet reading. 25 across is unfolded. Caribou Comestible. Okay, try over here. 26 across, Jack's Edible Partner. I think that's a kind of cheese, but I just can't think what it would be. 29 across, Lacking Luster. Okay, matte, as in a paint or a matte finish, is kind of a dull, non-sheen finish. 35 across, Cuisine with Chili Paste. Oh, lots of cuisines use chili paste. Thai is the first thing that comes to mind. What else would use chili paste? Nope, 35 down, about 4 BTUs. BTU is a measure of power, especially in heating and air conditioning. No, 29 down, Canadian Cold Shots brand. I think there's a Canadian beer called Molson, but I may be wrong about that. 26 down, Inspiration for Aldous Pierce portrayal. Okay. Hawkeye Pierce was Alan Alda's character on MASH. What was the inspiration for that? I have no idea. Who was he inspired by in portraying that character? Nope. Start chatting sometimes. And B2B. Is that like one octave? From B to B on a keyboard. I think that fits. Let me try that. That would give me a lot of crossing letters to work with here. VP Cheney once ran. Maybe it's mac and cheese. Jack cheese and macaroni. Macaroni is edible. Maybe. That's a Saturday Stumper kind of clue. Start chatting. Cuisine, does it end in an N? 30 down, it's served up to eat. It's served up to eat. What does that mean? 41 across, his oldest first son, circa 1905. Okay, so this is probably the son of a president, like the first lady is the president's spouse. The first son, I guess, is the son of the president, and he'd be the oldest one in circa 1905. I'm not sure I've got the right reading there, and I don't know who the president was in 1905. Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, is around 1905. Who was his son? It's served up to eat and start chatting sometimes. This is about launching like a chat program online, maybe. 26 down, Inspiration for Aldous Pierce portrayal. Groucho Marx, maybe. He had a lot of Groucho marks in his character. Yeah, I can see that. That gives an LX here. Is this a tablet? Could be stone tablets. We're talking about Roman numerals here. We got V's, L's, and X's. Yeah, Groucho Marx makes a lot of sense to me. I watched MASH quite a bit when I was younger. Cuisine. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure about Molson. I'm not completely confident about Marx, but it sure, I do see a lot of Marx there. And then depends on mac and cheese being Jack and Mac. I don't know what VP Cheney once ran. Blank, oh blank. No. Okay, maybe I'll look in the bottom half of the puzzle. We got a little bit in. So I think I'm doing better than I did last week. 43 across, HBO, NBC, etc. Channels, services, streaming. No, 45 across is 3M Helmets et al. I don't know what that means. 51 across, any craft. Craft is a ship. They're all referred to as she. She's a good ship, a good craft. That might be just a generic way to refer to a ship. 55 across, trademark of Dreamwell Limited. Limited, right? Yeah. Trademark of Dreamwell. So is this some kind of sleep, like the sleep number bed? I don't know what Dreamwell is, but it sounds like it has something to do with sleep or mattresses. What would they have as a trademark? Nope. 51 down is old time autocrat. Well, I feel like that's going to be the Tsar. $55 across, trademark of Dreamwell. 59 across, crispy option for tropical fruit salads. What is a crispy tropical fruit? Some kind of like a banana chip, something like that, or taro chips? $61 across, venerable VSOP. That's something to do with brandy, isn't it, or cognac? Remy, isn't there a Remy Martin or some kind of cognac that begins with, I'm thinking Tsar might be the answer for 51 down. This is mixed up Tulip Hero, cheese lover. We have an R and an H, so I'm thinking we are anagramming Tulip Hero. Betrayed. 56 down is odic. Indeed. Odic probably just means poetic, like related to an ode. Indeed. Yea, I love thee so much. Indeed, I love thee so much. Maybe. 52 down. Last to be viewed in 2001. Is that the film 2001: A Space Odyssey? The last thing we saw was the Star Child, I think. I don't know. 46 down. What sustainable Scott rolls lack? Scott makes toilet paper, among other things. So if we got sustainable rolls of toilet paper or paper towels or something, what would they lack to make them sustainable? They'd be all like recycled content or something like that. They would lack paper, lack fibers. 46 across, quirky behavior. 52 across is word from the Latin for hardness. Might have durable, something like that. Last to be viewed. 46 down, what sustainable Scott rolls lack. 43 down is HBO, NBC. It's there. Oh, I think I was looking at that for 43 across. 43 across is cameras, 2 eyes. Is it something like analog? They are analogous to eyes. That's our top global gross film of 1996. 38 down is not at all nice. What about 53 down? Box blank. Box office, nope. 47 across. Slit of a sort. Niche isn't really a slit. I guess it could be of a sort. 54 across, bear beginning. So maybe a prefix that means bear, like Ursa, Urso. Not sure. 57 across, peroxide target. You would use that to dye your hair, maybe, or is it used to treat anything? Not sure. 60 across, verb kin to etui. Etui is like a pin needle case in sewing. Used to be a frequent New York Times crossword answer. A verb that is like etui. Maybe it has you and I next to each other. I don't know what that means. 62 across, what you'd expect favorites to be. Not sure. Box blank. 58 down is grab a lot. Nope. 44 down. Walk in legalese. To walk is to what? Like go free? Not sure. 48 down, hauled off. Nope. 49 down is drive batty, and 50 down is spellbound. All right, well, seems like we've got the most to work with up here in this corner. Films in 1996. Where was I in 1996 and what movies were playing then? I don't know. Not outrageous. And all of these could be wrong. What does not outrageous, like normal, acceptable, sane? No. What do you snap onto a tennis racket? I don't understand that. Is it some kind of grip? Is it some kind of... Does it end in an R? Updated square. Is a nerd an updated square? So square is a uncool person, is a little bit of a dated term. Maybe today it'd be more likely you would hear nerd rather than square. Cheney was the Secretary of Defense. He ran the Department of Defense, DOD. Okay, yes, I like that. Start chatting. Send a text is how you start a chat. It does give us another X down here. I think this might be a Roman numeral. Maybe it's the current year in Roman numerals. We're 2020, 26. We'd need, that would be MM. Our current year is MM XXVI. what would be the beginning. Yeah, and then I'm not sure that's right. 35 across cuisine. So Korean cuisine probably has chili paste in it. It's served up to eat. Is this a reversal indicator? Dine is to eat, but we serve it up. We write it upside down. We get dine spelled upside down, Enid. And then Teddy Roosevelt's son might also be named Ted. I don't know that, but I'm guessing that might be right. Okay, well, these all kind of make sense to me, as long as we can figure out what we're doing with the Roman numerals and 36 across. 35 down, about 4 BTUs could be, a kilo, something, maybe a kilocalorie. Calories are, I've also seen kcal, so maybe BTU is like a measure of how much heat is burned. Calorie also means that, so let's try that. Not at all nice. 40 across, significant stretches of time might be eras. 38 down, not at all nice. This began with another Roman numeral letter. D, R, D, or DC, I, irate? No. Cameras to eyes. Tennis racket, snap-on, accessory. An alphabetic homophone. Not outrageous. Is it in reason? Okay, A-R-E, the word R, is a homophone for the letter R, so I guess that could be an alphabetic homophone. Let's try in reason. It's within reason. It's not an unreasonable request. DC is nope, yet organized. To neaten your room could be to organize it. What is a dampener? Does that is that something that dampens the impact on your wrist, maybe? DC is a Roman numeral. Is it Roman? Letters on some sweaters. Yeah, this could be deltas, as just like a Greek letter that fits there. Roman, maybe. Unfolded, open, like a piece of paper. Well, in what for the movie? Worthy of a Z list. Does Z have something to do with sleep here? Is this another Greek letter, maybe? Lichen is a tundra plant, I guess. Maybe caribou eat lichen. Ho-hum. It's not exciting. It would be on the Z list. Then we can put in thetas for our Greek letter. Independence Day, did that come out in 1996? That makes sense. This puzzle is from the 4th of July. I'm doing it on Tuesday or a Monday morning. Independence Day, yeah, 1996 sounds right for that film. We just got a string of Roman numerals here, and I don't know. Maybe it's 1776. Got a little bit of a 4th of July theme, which is unusual for the Saturday Stumper, but it is Independence Day. So how would we do 1776? I'd have to think about that. Let's get some more crossing letters. 38 down. Timely. No, not at all nice. This would be a C, like crass or cross. Molson, maybe that's with an O. Then we get an analog. It's analogous. I think I would spell that with a G-U-E at the end. Crass for not at all nice. Quirky behavior are ticks. Okay, that gives me a little bit more confidence about that. Okay, well, that's a corner of the puzzle done, I think. So what would 1776 be? 1,000. Or maybe we need to put in 4th of July because that's an awful lot of Roman numerals. 1776 would be MDCC 5026. Okay, so I think this is 1776 beginning with this M. So what goes here? July 4th, so this would be the 4th. And then July is the 7th month. So VII. I think I feel like I've almost got it. How do we get July 4th? It's like this. Let's take out froze. I don't think that's going to be a Z. 24 down. Conveniently connected. We ought to be able to get 34 across. Okay, so maybe this is a fawn. Pan, the Greek god, was a fawn. I think that's like, you know, half man, half deer kind of thing. Maybe. Conveniently connected. I don't know. Fawn? Could it be something else? Stands for something. Easels are stands that you can put something on. What is 24 down? Conveniently connected. 31 down at variance with. Nope. Cheese lover. Okay, if that's an A, then mixed up tulip hero is not an anagram, as I thought it might be. And I can't figure out how an L fits with 24 down. What else are stands that you put something on? There's probably a lot of words for that. Immobilized. 3M helmets. Where have I got something to work with? Conveniently connected. It's at hand. It is. Could this be something else? No. Okay, let's look at these again. Guru. A guru is your lead, maybe Swami. Oh, doesn't fit. Your guide, your mentor. Maybe. Leftovers is the rest. 5 down, born hither. or all eludes me. No. Run out, elapse, like time. Most orchids sold now. Bali for yogis. These were hits for chart toppers. Strands for showing off. Is it tresses? Messed up. 3 down, spy, so to speak. And 2 down, doorknobs, spindles. So what is the spindle of a doorknob? Is that the, not the part you grab on, but the part behind that? Are they axles? Are they... Maybe run out is expire. Let's just try axles. They are the bit, the axle on which the doorknob rotates, just like a wheel rotates on an axle. Then we could get expire for run out. Maybe it's air before everything eludes me. I'm born hither before everything eludes me. Air all eludes me. This is an A. Who could be a master, like a Jedi master kind of thing. Would a pigtail be strands for showing off, or something related to hair? Spy, to snoop, to no. Bali. Most orchids are what? Clones? That's just something that might fit there. Is Bali like a popular destination for yogis to go and study? Maybe it is a Mecca, a place of pilgrimage. Certain chart toppers. Spook is kind of a slang name for a spy. CEOs might be on the top of an organization chart. And then tinsel. Strands of tinsel, not hair, but tinsel would be something you decorate with. Messed up, it is askew. So then conveniently connected could be Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi'd? I am Wi-Fi'd, I am conveniently connected. Ugh. I don't like that word, but that fits, and it gives us another Roman numeral here for the 4th. MDCC, that's 1776, isn't it? 1,500. 200, 50, 26. Okay, so if we begin right here, that gives us 1776. So I feel like this is the 4th IV, but then the 7th month, that would be VII, or IIIX, 3 1s before 10. Might also be another way to say 7. What would do that for 37 down? It's like this. I'm not sure about that. Timely tablet reading. Yeah, I think we're just looking for the Roman numeral. I would guess it would be for July 4th, 1776. Do we spell out the word July? No. What is the Latin word for July? July and August, I think, are the months they added. That's why September is the 7th month, even though it's the 9th month, but the name September means 7th. I don't know. At variance with. Okay, well, we also got this. Duress comes from dur. You are under pressure. You're under hard treatment. Duress. Okay, yep. 52 down is last to be viewed in 2001. I don't know what that means. Sustainable Scott rolls lack. No. 43 down. HBO, NBC. These are networks. They air things. They air TV shows. Are they errors? Maybe. This could be some kind of bed. Dreamwell might make beds. Maybe Scott rolls don't come around those cardboard tubes that toilet paper and paper towels come rolled around typically. And I guess that would be more sustainable because you don't have to recycle the cardboard tube or throw it away and put it in the landfill. What kind of bed have we got here? Let's take out yay. Crispy option for tropical fruit salads. Not clicking. Hennessy is a kind of cognac, isn't it? Dave was the astronaut in 2001. Open the pod bay doors. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I can't, Dave. Aloe vera? Would you put that on a fruit salad? 56 down, Odic. Indeed. Old time, so the Shah of Iran is an old time autocrat. Hide-a-bed is a thing. So maybe even though, but we make it poetic by eliding the V. We get Ian though. Aloe vera, I only know that as like a soothing element of skin creams and whatnot. Maybe it is something that is edible and you can put on fruit salads. Okay. Tulip Hero, some kind of file. Cheese lover. What letters have we got left over from Tulip Hero? We have T, U, L, I, P, R, O. Does Ruto file? File means lover. So if we can anagram T-U-R-O to get a Latin prefix or a Greek prefix for cheese, I don't know what it is. Rutophile just makes the most sense phonetically. 45 across 3M helmets et al., among others. So does it end in an S? 37 down. It's like this. Thus is like this. Maybe we put in July here. It's like this. I'm not sure. 31 across. Arson investigator. Is there a word for that? Like a fire department thing, or what investigates arson? Stands for something. Immobilized. Betrayed. Ratted on. Does 3M make Pez dispensers? I don't know about that. No, none of these are making sense to me. Okay, let's. Oh, and that's not even right for ratted on. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a file. Mixed up tulip hero. Erto file? What is it? I don't know. How are we getting cheese from that? Okay, let me let those marinate. Let me come over to this corner. Slit of a sort. Bear beginning. Let's just put in Ursa as a Greek prefix or Latin prefix for bear. Peroxide target. Verb kin to etui. What you'd expect favorites to be. Box top, box car, box grab a lot. Paw, to paw at somebody could be to grab them a lot. Walk in legalese. Hauled off. Drive batty. And spellbound. Oh, and I forgot to start the timer. I've got 47 minutes on the software I'm using. So it might be about time to start looking at a hint. I certainly don't want this to go over an hour. 50 down is spellbound, like rapt, R-A-P-T, or I'm spellbound, mesmerized. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again. To walk is to, is it like gait? Why is it legalese? When would we have to describe someone walking in a legal context? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to reveal 36 across. I think I've figured out it's July 4th, 1776 in Roman numerals, but I don't know what the beginning is. Let's reveal this word. It is July. Okay, that's was going to be my last thought. Is that maybe what is inscribed on the Statue of Liberty, that date? Maybe it's spelled out July and then the rest is in Roman numerals. Okay, so it's like this. You see, or thus is really all I can think of for that. I'm going to try rutophile. Not a word I've heard of, and I've never heard ruto as a prefix related to cheese, but let's try it. A jar at variance with, again, this is something I see a lot in the Saturday Stumper, where a door is a jar, things are askew, A jar and askew aren't exact synonyms, but they kind of give the same sense. Does the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, do they investigate arson? They deal with explosives, so maybe a federal agency that deals with arson might be ATF. Okay, that's kind of a guess. Then we can make turophile, maybe. Okay. A jar stands for something. Immobilized. If you tied someone up, you roped, or you roped a calf. You immobilized a calf. Okay, I like that better. Then flipped on. That does give us the sense of informing on someone. Stands for something. Arises? Rise, to rise is to stand for something. It's like this. Let's try it. You see. And then PPE, that's personal protective equipment. 3M, I think, is actually originally a mining company, or maybe they make helmets and other PPE. Okay, I'll allow that. All right, so I was thinking July would work here, but I couldn't make it work with any of the downs. So that's one hint I used. Let's see if we can solve it with no further hints. I don't think it's likely. Slit of a sort. And walk in legalese. Verb akin. Verb kin to etui. Is it a verb that has that string of letters that like intuit? Intuit is a verb to figure something out by intuition. It has that TUI string in it. That's the best I can come up with for that. Box score. Box. Grab a lot. Walk in legalese. Could it be like, if a criminal got off, you'd say that they walked. So we're looking for a legalese term that is the equivalent of go free. Maybe that's what it is. Slit, bare beginning, peroxide target, what you'd expect favorites to be. All right, I'm going to have to use a hint down here. What's the best one to use? $60 across, maybe. This sounds like something that I'll have to get it before and then figure out what it means from that. Let's reveal this one. Tweeze. Okay, it's got the same pronunciation as etui. All right. Yeah. Once I had tweeze in from the downs, I could figure out how it was akin to etui. Okay, box sets. All right, yes. Then 58 down. Grab a lot. Grab a lot. Own. Walk in legal. We might put in go free here. See if that works. Hauled off. Does that end in a D? What you'd expect favorites to be. Favorites in a tournament would be seated. To O is to grab a lot. Or awe? Maybe. IOU. peroxide target. Drive batty to craze. You craze me? Not quite, but a notch is a sort of a slit. Okay, I like that. Hexed for spellbound under the influence of a hex, a spell. Bear beginning. Fire? Can peroxide be used to treat earwax? Okay. So grab a lot is to awe. Okay. I'm not quite sure I'm understanding that. Hauled away toad. And for bear is a prefix that can go before the word bear to make another word. I think O will finish the puzzle. And I'm not getting that's correct. So I've got something wrong. Not crazy about awe. Not crazy about craze either. But it works with all the crosses. Okay, let's, I used 2 hints. I revealed tweeze, I revealed July. And let me just reveal the rest of the puzzle. I'll check all. Does that tell us what I've got wrong? Oh, I know why it's not. It's not because I had the timer turned off. Okay, that. Because I forgot to start the timer when I started the puzzle. It didn't give me the, congratulations, you solved it. All right, so 56 minutes and 42 seconds is what I've got on my recording software right now. So that's a long time for me. I had to use 2 hints. I feel conflicted about this because I did think about July. It didn't quite make, I was doubtful about it because the rest is in Roman numerals, and then July is an English word. So I thought, it doesn't quite make sense, and then I couldn't see how July would work with the downs. Turophile is not a word, so that didn't give me a lot of confidence. Ajar as a synonym for at variance with. Not exact synonym, but you can kind of see how they sort of go together. And you see, and Wi-Fi, all of these downs, a lot of these downs. So ajar, turophile, flipped on is fine. You see, and Wi-Fi. None of these gave me enough confidence to be sure that July might be right, or helped me to figure out July. And then tweeze as verb kin to etui. It's hard to figure out what that means until you know what the answer is. And awe for grab a lot. You awe me. You grab my attention a lot? Maybe? Okay. Go free isn't really... So neither walk or go free are what I would consider legalese. So I guess if you figure walk in a legal context is to go free. But legalese kind of suggests like a Latin phrase or some kind of, word that is only used in a legal context. And then craze, you craze me. I was crazed. Yeah, I was crazed. I was driven batty. Okay, I'll allow that. But it is a little off there. And then we had 2 kind of cryptic crossword clues here. Served up to eat, a reversal indicator, and then an anagram indicator of cheese lover, which gives it was also typical in cryptic crosswords, end up with a word that you've never heard of before. All right, so that's the Saturday Stumper for today. Almost an hour with 2 hints. Let me know how you did with this one and what you thought about those clues that I was complaining about. If maybe you found them easy, maybe you've used the word turophile before, or you know what turo means as a prefix related to cheese. I'd be interested in that. Something I'm going to Google and figure out what it means. All right, thanks for watching. Please come back for more puzzles and games. I'll see you next time.